first and foremost, Showmaker, thank you very much for the time. I'd first like to know, what is it like to be back at Worlds? 3 years in a row now, obviously last year winning the championship. How does this year's tournament compare to last season and the year before?
이, 뭔가 월즈를 계속 참가하면서 좀, 좀 더 노련해지는 것 같고, 그 다음에 저희는 이제 작년에 우승을 하고, 그 다음에 또 진출을 한 거기 때문에, 우승을 못 해본 팀이 오는 거랑 뭔가 해본 팀이 오는 거랑 뭔가 플레이 스타일이 좀, 플레이 스타일이래. 그러니까 선수들의 마인드 같은 게 좀 달라진 것 같아요.
Okay, so now coming back for our third year at Worlds, I think we're definitely more experienced. And having the experience of being a champion really means a lot in terms of how confident you are or how you kind of cope with the pressure. So I think that's the main difference I have this year.
Do you personally feel any added extra pressure on your own shoulders as an individual player?
근데 뭐 그런 부담감들은 계속 안고 있어봤자 좋을 게 없다고 생각해서 최대한 떨쳐내려고 하고 있고, 네, 좋은 팀원들도 있기 때문에 네, 그냥 잘 해결하려고 하고 있습니다.
I mean, I do feel some pressure, but I never really thought that pressure helps me in any kind of situation. So I'm just trying to get over it for the most part. And I have great teammates to help me out. So I think I'm dealing with it pretty well.
That's good to hear. And I think, obviously, after a whole bunch of international tournaments, we've been to many in a row now, including this year's mid-season invitational, the pressure starts to become almost natural, like a part of the process. I want to know, speaking of the mid-season invitational, this is your second tournament of the year, second one in Iceland. What did you learn from MSI? What was that experience like for you, and how did it help you prepare for Worlds this time around?
일단 네, MSI에 갔다 이제 MSI가 이제 개최했던 지역이랑 똑같은 지역이기 때문에 좀 이제 해외마다 다 환경이 다르니까 좀 어떻게 적응해야 될지도 미리 알고 왔었고, 그다음에 근데 월즈에 올 때마다 이제 세계 각국들의 팀들이 오는 거기 때문에 딱히 근데 특별한 점은 없는 것 같아요. 그냥 네.
So I think the only difference that I can really say we had was so we're coming back to the same country that we were at for MSI. So in terms of getting used to the environment around me and the jet lag and everything, I think I knew what I was going into, so that helped. But other than that, it's new teams from every other region, so I don't think there was anything special about being at MSI that helps me being at Worlds right now.
Definitely. I'd like to know, immediately after MSI, the team went back to Korea, experimented with a few different iterations of the lineup, and kind of prepared themselves for Worlds in a more unconventional way. Showmaker himself played AD carry. I'm interested to see, what did you learn from the summer split, Showmaker, and when the team was going through those tough times back in early July, late June, when the lineup was at its shakiest, was there ever any doubt that you'd be back on the world stage?
사실 뭐 걱정을 조금 하긴 했는데 뭐 스프링 때 잘해놓은 것도 있고, 그다음에 또 저희 팀원들 믿었기 때문에 뭐 저희가 흔들리는 와중에도 그냥 걱정은 진짜 엄청 조금 했고, 사실 갈 수 있다는 생각을 좀 더 많이 했던 것 같아요.
I think I was worried to like the minimal amount. We weren't doing too well back then, but we still had a lot gained from our spring split, and I knew that my teammates were going to come back. So I was more on the confidence side that we were going to Worlds than being worried.
That's good to hear. And now that you're back at Worlds, obviously there's not much to worry about after that first game, if that's any indicator. But it's a long tournament. There's many more games left to play. I'd love to know, just to kind of wrap things up, Showmaker, what are your thoughts on not just the group stage, but your expectations for this year's World Championship as a whole?
일단 이번 월드에 되게 잘하는 팀들이 너무 많이 와서 일단 그룹 스테이지 통과하는 게 맨 우선 목표겠지만 만약에 더 높이 올라가서도 잘하는 팀들이 다양한 스타일로 많이 있기 때문에 좀 그런 팀들을 잘 분석하는 게 중요할 것 같습니다.
So there are definitely a lot of great teams out there right now. So even if so our first priority would be to get out of groups. But even when we do get out of groups, I think to be more analytical about the different playstyles each strong teams have would be our main quest in this event.
Thank you so much for the time, Max, Showmaker. I greatly appreciate it, guys. Best of luck at Worlds.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. For more gaming related content, subscribe to the Esports YouTube channel to stay up to date.